Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. Maybe picked up a couple as he gets it to the 14. This conference has a history of getting wacky, and the last thing you need to do is get off to a slow start in ACC play.
And what does everybody talk about every year, right? Like conference games, how much they matter, the familiarity with everybody around you. You can only start this one time, so let's bring that energy, bring that momentum. Who wants to start the season off?
Well, the ACC is a conference that feels like oftentimes it just goes down to the wire. Those games late in the season are the ones that really determine what happens, but you got to set yourself up for success, and it starts right here in the first conference game in the ACC for your team.
Throws for the tight end. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down.
Thank you.
Yep.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Makes the grab. It's Hamilton.
What is that? Four idiots.
Take advantage of tendencies when you set that opening script, and man, their film study showed up there.
I think the offensive coordinator, it's almost as if he knew what the defense was going to be playing. He knew the personnel. He knew the different looks and coverages and fronts that they were going to see. And that offense, they just chopped up yardage moving down the field to score in that opening series.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game. Now, I thought the defense did a really good job of confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So, no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early in this window.
If I'm his offensive coordinator, I want to get him started off on the right foot, man. Get the ground game going, make it easy, because
I'm confused.
such a disaster. We want to turn the page. We need some confidence. We need some good mojo. First drive, we need something good to happen early so we can forget about that last week.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Makes the catch. It's Taylor. And the runner is down, and so is the flag. That penalty cost them a third down conversion, and now they'll have to try it from a little farther away. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On third and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. With the catch, it's Stockton. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They bring the punter onto the field now. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. Fair catch just inside the 40. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
Yeah, it's a nice job by this defense to understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Pulls it in. It's Hamilton. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
Got his man downfield. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack.
And he feels the heat coming in and burns him up. Another sack.
Man, getting to this quarterback is pivotal. You saw it last drive, way too much time. They score a touchdown. Nice job on second down. Anticipating the pass, playing the pass, getting the sack, and now forcing a difficult third down.
Rushes on him. Makes the grab on the left. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be...
Thanks for waking up, boys.
And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. He'll have to generate power and some accuracy. A 50-yarder from the left hash. He boomed it through. A 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. They'll run it from the gun. Breaks into the open. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. It's a draw. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
They get it on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the 1st quarter as we take a look at the stats. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Looking for a man. It's Knowles. Here comes the heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the 1st option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on 3rd down at the Dome. Makes the catch. 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest game.
Oh, he's got some space. Headed to the end zone. He's got it, and he'll take it in for the touchdown.
This is a running back that can hurt you, not just getting handoffs, but they use him in the passing game as well. They called the screen at the absolute perfect time, and it ends up being a touchdown.
And the extra point is good. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Coming out with it, it's Singleton. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wilson to pass. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Pressure coming. A strike downfield. Gets the job done on 3rd down as he gets it out to the 25.
Quarterbacks get all the credit. Rightfully so. They're the guys taking the snap every play. But my goodness, that dude could have run a 40-yard dash back there in the pocket before he had to throw a strike for a completion.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Oh, they're after him. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
Finds his tight end. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that was a really good job by the defense. Again, keeping everything in front of you in that situation, and now you're rewarded with the 3rd and long. So on this down, we'll see if they bring some pressure or if they lay back and play some.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. And the Noles line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Now on the return. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got a man, it's Stockton. Turning it on. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground with the back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. One on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Taylor. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the 1st. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise. Backing this defense on 3rd down. And pass not Moses. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and he'll bring up 4th down.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit.
Makes a grab pass to Parker. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw it. Under fire. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback's bottom, not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, he gets a positive gain.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to Pater. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Soften them up with a run. Now to throw. Wide out trying to get it in. Touchdown.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back looking for help. And the returner will be brought down. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Wilson will throw. Looking left. That's caught. It's Jacobs. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, 2nd down coming. Wants to go up top. Working that left side now. And he uses the stiff arm to push his way past the sticks and pick up the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Seminoles will have it 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Trying to run the screen, and it was almost picked off. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
Finds a tight end. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
Looking to throw on 3rd. There's the pressure. Caught. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The Seminoles decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense will take the field again. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really just how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You've got to be so smart. You're going to be aggressive with your decision.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great one in Tallahassee going on. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Now this offense is back on the field. So much for the idea of halftime settling down this crowd. They are ready to roll in the second half. He gets it past the 25-yard line and finally knocked out of bounds at the 27. And here comes the offense on second down. Give to the running back. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
In halftime in this locker room, there's a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in the second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Buying some time. Oh, he's got a chance. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Petty. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Second down coming up. Looking to fire. Get it out on the screen. There he goes. Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of him.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when...
Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Wilson to pass. Got his man.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option of working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Now on second down. The give to the tailback. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
Off play action on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. He gets it up to midfield, forced out of bounds at the 50.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. From the shotgun, the inside give. Cut him up for the first down. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. And the Seminoles are flying down the field. Wants to go up top on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Jacobs. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. The Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. With the catch, it's Hamilton. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you can tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that one.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wilson will throw. He's got it. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. You want to talk about building a drive around a guy. First on the ground and now using him in the passing game.
And you get so much bang for your buck because you can split him out wide. You can fake it to him and throw it. This is the guy that really stretches the field and makes you decide how you want to defend him. Linebacker, or safety, whatever it is, it's usually not good enough when he's receiving the ball in the backfield.
Wants to throw on first down. He's got it on the run. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Quarterback on the keeper. Touchdown Seminoles! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
Great example of complementary football there. First, the defense comes away with a takeaway, and then offensively, you go to the ground game. Physical at the point of attack, running it in for a touchdown, and now you have the lead with not a lot of time left. They've now put all the pressure back on their opponent.
He'll bring it out. It's Stockton. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They'll go back to work on offense. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And some room to work. Breaks into the open. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
I love the play call running the football here in the fourth quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Starting to feel a little pressure. Grabbed over the middle. It's Taylor. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
Now they'll run the draw. They'll give him one to the 28-yard line. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Taylor. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route. Against zone coverage, quarterback gets it to him, he's able to turn it up and get a first down.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. So first down didn't exactly go according to plan. Let's see what they can dial up on second down.
Reese, I got him right where I want. Okay, I'm going to throw the football now. I can get back in shotgun. Forget the...
Put the clamps on that ball and strolled into the end zone for a touchdown.
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with a QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the fourth quarter when you needed it for this team to take the lead.
The returner will field it and bring it back. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And there are flags flying as the pass falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on. The forward pass used to be illegal in football. That one still is. They're for a second down play. Wilson to pass. Got it set up on the outside. He's out past the 35. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Grab behind the line. It's Hamilton. Still on his feet at the 45. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40. The Noles have it with a first and 10. They go to the draw. Some belief in that running game as they pick up 5 to the 35-yard line.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
Motion from the wideout. Going to swing it on second down. Grab near the sticks. It's Jacobs. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the fourth, and the Brain Trust will go to work. And the Seminoles, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Looking to throw on first down. He's got him. Continues to fight for yards. Touchdown, Noles. And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
Nice.
Man, it just worked out to order. You needed a big play to go out there and try to take the lead, and you find your receiver out wide. He runs by the DB. Nice throw, nice catch. You got the lead.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Fielded in the end zone, it's Irvin. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And the offense heads out on the field to get the drive started. Going right to work up top. Makes the grab, it's Taylor. Steps out of bounds across the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, and a good pickup for this offense here.
Where's the defense on that last play? It's a 2-minute situation. You've got the guy making the catch in the middle of the field. You've got to tackle him in bounds and keep this clock moving. Somehow they were able to let him get outside and stop the clock. That just can't happen.
Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. After that last completion, it's second down. There's a hit. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. The offense will quickly use a timeout. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Caught over the middle. It's Taylor. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. first down. They'll run the screen. The quick feet, the acceleration, the vision, and he works his way to the 44. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. He is caught, and they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. Rushing to the line, trying to get in a little better position for their kicker. Looking to throw on first down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He'll get it down to the 31, and that's where he goes out of bounds. That last completion sets him up on second down. Back to throw, and he's running out of time. On a little time, lets it go. He'll grab the throw to the sideline and step out of bounds after picking up a few. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. Fourth quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the first down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
This crowd even louder now on second down as they try to hold on. Forced out of the pocket. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock. And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the fourth quarter, that ramps up the pressure.
Let's go.
Final gut punch. Touchdown on the short run.
Man, what a great job by this offense executing down the field, using all of the clock, being smart, getting the big score late, and I think that one should do it.
And he'll bring it back. And the returner will be knocked down. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Wilson will throw.
Never give up.
Under fire. He's taking a deep shot late in the game.
Never give up.
It's incomplete. A last gasp effort, and the defense finds a way to survive it. You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making